Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Commerce World. If you like my video, please do like, comment, share and subscribe. This is Afrin Osama Chogli. Welcome to audio visual presentation. Today our topic will be trade and the classification of trade into internal trade and external trade. So stay tuned.
Trade. What do we mean by trade? Trade means the process of exchanging of goods and services. Trade refers to buying and selling of goods and services with an objective of earning profits. Trade establishes a link between producer and consumer, and it carried out by buyer and seller. Trade is further classified into internal trade and external trade. Internal trade is also known as home trade. External trade is also known as foreign trade. Internal trade further subdivided into wholesale trade and retail trade, whereas external trade is further subdivided into import, export and import. The first one, internal trade. When goods and services are purchased or sold within the country, it is referred as internal trade. Example, purchasing goods from the door salesman, local shop, exhibition, regional markets, departmental stores or malls, etc. When the buyers and sellers both are from the same country, it is known as internal trade. Trade between two states or cities of a same country is also considered as internal trade. Internal trade is also known as home trade. As there is a gap between production and consumption, there is a need to have a proper channel of distribution. Usually, producers are situated at one place, whereas the consumers are spread over a wide area. There is a big gap between producer and a consumer. This gap can be shortened by channel distribution. Channel of distribution helps to make product available at a right time, at a right place and in a right quantity through the different intermediaries. So let us learn about channel of distribution. Channel of distribution starts from producer or manufacturer. It follows to wholesaler, then retailer, and the last one, the ultimate consumer. There are two types of internal trade. First one, wholesale trade. Second one, retail trade. What do you mean by wholesale trade? When goods are purchased in large quantities from the manufacturer or a producers for the purpose of a resale to the retailers, it is known as wholesale trade. The person who is engaged in wholesale trade is known as wholesaler. Wholesaler buys the goods from the manufacturer and sell it to the retailer. So wholesaler is buyer as well as the seller. The wholesaler may perform different functions in the process of distribution of goods and services. It enables the producer to reach to the consumers. And the next one, retail trade. When goods are sold relatively in a small quantity to the ultimate consumer by the wholesaler or a distributor or a dealer is known as retail trade. The person who engaged in retail trade is known as retailer. Retailer is the link between the wholesaler and a consumer who operates in the local market. He deals in wide variety of goods by investing limited capital. He establishes good relation with the consumers. He understands that he should undertake the risk more than wholesaler. He tries to satisfy demands of the consumer but does not hold large quantity of goods at a time. And the next one, external trade. When the trade activities are conducted between the two or more countries, is known as international trade. External trade is also known as international trade or foreign trade. The political relations between two countries also influence the trade between them. International trade procedures is always complex, difficult and lengthy. Various factors like government policies, economy, international markets, international laws, currency, etc. influence the trade activities. Most economists globally agree that international trade helps to boost the nation's wealth. The consumers get a variety of goods and services due to international trade. There are three types of external trade: export, import, and interport. The first one, export. Export trade occurs when goods or services are produced in one country and sold into another country. Export trade refers to sale of goods and services to foreign countries. The seller of such goods and services is known as exporters. The next one, import trade. Import trade refers to purchase of goods and services from the foreign countries. The procedure for the import trade differ from country to country, depending upon the import policies, statutory requirements, and custom policies of different countries. In almost all countries of the world, import trade is controlled by the government. The objectives of these controls are proper use of foreign exchange, restrictions, protection of indigenous industries, etc. The next one, entrepot. The term entrepot historically refers to a seaport or a warehouses where goods would be imported or storage or processed before the re-export. Entrepot is nothing less than re-exporting the goods. It refers to the practice of re-exporting the goods with or without processing or repackaging them again. It is mainly used to refer to duty-free ports, which is high volume of re-export trade. At entrepots, goods do not face any import or export duties upon the shipment from the port. Here is a diagrammatical representation with an example for the entrepot. Importing the raw materials from the South Africa is done by the India, and India then re-export to Japan after processing. This is the example for the entrepot.